once the workshop has already been planned and that's been run and that has ended, and it's worth remembering, and it's worth analyzing how the workshop went. Was it successful, or did it achieve its aims? And what was the input that the participants got? And this is important here because evaluating a workshop is important part of planning an in-service workshop for language teachers, because evaluation helps us think over some of the strong and weaker areas of the workshop, and how we can, for example, in future, if we want to conduct another workshop, how we can work on those weaker areas and improve them for the better usefulness of this workshop. And with this module, we come to the end of the main topic, planning and in-service course. Right. Reflection on conducting the workshop is important because it will help us, or it will help the organizers or speakers, or if you, for example, in future are asked to be invited as a guest speaker in a foreign country and you run a workshop, so it's worth reflecting on how the workshop went. What were the strong areas? What were the weaker areas? And which areas need to be reworked or improved, right? So this is how, through reflection, through post-evaluation, we come to know some of the criteria. And this is similar to the language curriculum design criteria, where we can learn about the needs of the learners and needs of the participants, and where we can go through some environmental constraints, or we can have some principles which are followed sensibly. So there are a number of questions which we can keep in mind while we are attending a workshop, or as where we are as a guest speaker, we can keep in mind. So which were the goals of the workshop? How clearly the goals were communicated to the second language teachers, and were the goals achieved? And what were the experiences of the participants who attended a workshop? This is worth reflecting, because it lets us know about the overall ongoingness of the workshop, right? In terms of input, we need to keep a list of questions in mind. So primarily, what was new information? And this will help us, avoid some repetition, where it came from. I mean, the information used in the workshop, it needs to be clarified to the participants so they are clear about the purposes. Was it enough? And was it presented in most suitable way? There could be some workshops which might not be, giving this information in a clear way to the participants, and the participants might be left in maze, thinking why they went there, what was the purpose, and how it was communicated to them, right? In terms of presentation, were the participants really involved? I mean, one of the areas where we can reflect is to inculcate, meaning-focused input, meaning-focused output, fluency development. So this is how we can make our presentation well in the workshop. And what was the reason for the involvement? For what purpose actually the teachers came to attend the workshop? Whether they came to sharpen their pedagogical skills, or just to enhance their content knowledge about teaching English for specific purposes. These are the questions which we need to keep in mind. Was it interesting, and how many changes occurred, and what we can do in future to make those changes occur in a better way. and were they effective and well spaced. So this is how evaluation of a workshop is important part of planning an in-service course for language teachers, because if we don't have this post evaluation exercise, this might make the very spirit or the purpose of the workshop less useful for the participants, and in future we might repeat the same thing. So this is how this keeps us on our toes and makes us realize the important areas which need to be worked or reworked in future.